We moved exactly 10 years. Today is 10 years I moved to. Life is not about it. Life is about adventures, finding yourself. That's enough. I'm done. I have to go out.
Oh my God, you've been great, Alex!
Had no idea what I was doing that time.
If I wanted to make money, I wouldn't have started this business.
Canggu 10 years ago was nothing. Today it's the most vibrant place of Bali. That's why you never take answers besok. Yeah, besok. When besok? Tomorrow when? Because besok could be 1 month from now.
Yeah, it started, right? Oh, fuck. Okay. Hello, my name is Clarissa. I'm the founder of Ouch, and this is the Ouch Stories podcast. We talk about love, about everything we want to talk about. There's basically no structure. And yeah, today we are officially starting the podcast with a very special person.
Very special, indeed.
That I met quite some time before Ouch, in a very organic way as well. I'm very proud to call him my friend as well. He said I'm his friend first, so. Yeah, he has a lot of stories to tell. I think the reason why I wanted him to be here is that I think he's amazing, and he has an amazing progress here on the island, and I think everyone can learn from his experiences. And yeah, I'm very keen to find out new stuff about him as well, and to learn from him, because as Ouch is getting started, I think we're at a point where we can still learn. And yeah, I'm very happy to introduce you, Alex from Nostimo.
Hello, Clarissa.
Applause.
I'm happy we are here together.
Yeah.
Finally.
I know.
Yes, we are doing this podcast. I think it's good for both of us, yes?
Yeah. I mean, we do this podcast anyway every Friday, right?
Actually, yes, so 2-3 times a week.
Off the record, though.
Off the record, yes, because we met about maybe 6 months ago.
Hey.
More?
What are you talking about? I think a year ago.
It's almost a year. Yes, you're right. It's almost a year.
Yeah.
Oh my God, time flies in Bali. Yeah, it's almost a year. And actually, we met at the restaurant in Nostimo.
Yeah.
And then we clicked and...
At Nostimo in Canggu, right?
Nostimo Canggu, yes, yes. And immediately we clicked, we became friends very fast.
Well, I showed up quite often, so you had no choice.
Actually, you show them more than I do, actually. You are there 4 or 5 times a week. I cannot be there so long.
Hey, coffee, tea, dessert, dinner, dates, everything.
You're formally a Nostimo member and you're taking care of the place now.
Hey, people are gonna think I'm now promoting Nostimo.
You are not on the payroll, let's put it this way.
Hey, I should be, though.
But you should be, I know, because you're spending a lot of time over there.
And I'm spending a lot of money, so.
Oh, thank you. So I can buy my Ouch t-shirt.
I'll start paying in t-shirts now.
A good currency, trust me. People will fall for it.
Yeah, so I think, as I said, we don't have a structure, but I really want to find out more about, I mean, to be fair, I already know how you came to Bali and how it all started with Nostimo. And I think this is also the reason why I wanted you to be here, because your story of why Bali and how you set up everything and your experience prior moving to Bali, which was a couple of years ago. I think that would be interesting to talk about, and I want you to tell us why Bali, when, how did this happen, how did you actually set up Nostimo, and yeah.
Yeah, that's an interesting story, actually. It's a long story.
Please, we have time.
I'm not going to keep it that long, but it is all by luck, actually. And then, actually, I was working before for a company. And for many years, I had a career. Basically, I'm an engineer. I'm not a restaurateur, yeah. So I was working many years in operations management, corporate life. And at some point, I had enough, and I was expat for many years. And my last assignment was in Indonesia. I've been in Indonesia a couple of times before. I mean, again, assignments. But the last time I was assigned there, I was already married to my wife, Christy, and then actually we decided together that that's enough. I'm done. I have to go out from here. That's not the life I want. And that's when we took the decision extremely fast. And it was a very, very fast decision, very brave decision for me that time, to quit my job, resign after 12 years in the company, and after holding a very high managerial position. And it was quite scary because I had, was having good money that time and all the benefits of an expat, if you know what I mean. And it was a very fast decision, and I quit my job. My wife did as well, and we moved out from Jakarta, that time we were staying, to Bali. And Bali was a dream, actually. We've been coming here for holiday. We really enjoyed life. Actually, I am from Greece, so it reminds me very much Greece, the vibe, like Greek islands and fun and the traffic and the noise and, the outside, the outdoors, like restaurants and all the businesses and the walking and the dynamic, people come and go and change touristic. So it did have this Greek vibe for me, and it made me feel very comfortable. And I said, yeah, why not Bali? Bali is great. And here we are, actually. We moved exactly 10 years. Today is 10 years I moved to Bali.
Oh, really?
Exactly 10 years ago. And we came here with a plan. Before we moved, and before we even resigned from my job, I booked the place for the first restaurant. I had no idea what I was doing that time. I was pretty stupid, to be honest. Because
how come in a restaurant? Like,
I had to make something to survive. Now, apart from that, actually, I had a couple of ideas, business ideas for me to start with. I thought that the restaurant at that time would be the most immediately profitable for me, at least to make a living, because I was quitting my job and I had to make a living. I could not wait for too long to make a business. And to be honest, I had zero idea of the risks I'm taking that time. I was a little too optimistic, too positive, stupidly positive.
But it worked out.
It worked because I had zero experience in restaurants. I haven't even worked as a waiter somewhere. I never served water, never served, lemonade to anyone. So I was very much into the corporate life, and I thought, that's it. And when I came here, it was obviously not as easy as I thought it was, but it was a big move, big step for us. Okay, yes, some people are asking me until today, are you a chef? No, I'm not a chef. Do you know how to cook? Yeah, but I know how to eat better. So I know how to eat. And that's actually how it works in Nostimo, because Nostimo is Greek food, right? So that's the food I grew up with. So the tastes, the flavors, everything has to be to my liking to be on the menu. And trial and error and a lot of mistakes and a lot of trials, a lot of issues came up throughout these 10 years. But, I ended up having a menu that at least it's my menu, it's things that, how I grew up with.
Yeah, I think Nostimo, it's not only about great food, but it's also about the atmosphere, right? And the energy that you put in that place. The staff that's very professional and is always very kind.
I think the staff actually reflect the energy of the ownership. And that's the thing, we don't want, when I moved to Bali actually with my wife, we said one thing, we're not moving to make, money, just to make money. Of course, money is one of the targets, it's like, it's a business, you need to make money. However, our first priority was an ethical business, a business where, we're gonna provide to our employees a good working environment, nice, normal salaries, hopefully above average, give them a good life, give them good opportunities in life, teach them things, educate them, and become part of a family. Today, we ended up having about 110 people because I have 3 branches of Nostimo, so altogether, I have 110 people, and I'm pretty proud of them because actually they became part of us. They reflect our energy. You see, it's not, as you said, it's not only about food. It's about service. It's about going into a place and living an experience. And the staff is part of the experience. If the staff is miserable and they're just there to do their job, okay, you go eat there and finish. But if they enjoy their job, you're gonna understand it, you're gonna feel it, right? When they serve you with a smile, when they're gonna do anything for you to leave happy from the restaurant. That's a matter of culture in the restaurant. It's a matter of culture in the business. And this is what we wanted to cultivate with my wife, when we started, to make a culture that's going to be fair for the people, crystal clear processes, to know that we are fair, to know that we care and we take care of each other, you know. We care for them, they care for us. That's it.
Yeah, I think this is, people can feel this in Nostimo, because I don't feel it's a restaurant that it's only about selling and a quick, it's about building a community as well, and people that go there very often and they make a habit out of it. It's more like a home far away from home for not only Greek people, but people that actually resonate with your core values of the business.
I'm very happy you're saying that, because actually that's exactly what the point was before. And basically you come exactly to the point that we wanted to create a homey environment. I didn't want to, if you see the decoration, we didn't want to create a tacky touristy restaurant. It's more to feel more like home, like the restaurants there in Greece. To come here, to come into my restaurant and feel like home, feel like, you know, you get a good service. Are we perfect? No. Do we make mistakes? We do, of
Well,
course.
there's no such thing as perfect, and
But we put our heart, our soul into this business, and this is what we try to reflect.
I really like why I like it. Well, I go to, well, I say I know very well Nostimo Canggu, and what I like about it is the design and how it feels Greek, but it's not necessarily like
The very touristy,
very traditional touristy like gyros place. It's actually a nice place to go on a date, to celebrate an anniversary, to do anything, especially on like Friday and Saturday. I think there's live music.
Yes.
So I think that matches very, very well for any type of situation, even for a quick lunch, to be fair. So I think I like that a lot, because it's very flexible in terms of what
and we
you
are
can
casual.
do.
I mean, it's an everyday venue, right?
Yeah.
It's not something that you dress up to come.
But you can dress up to
You
come.
can dress
have
up,
to.
but this is, and you know, of course, people do dress up.
Yeah.
But you know, it's not a place that you know, a posh
Yeah,
in terms
yeah.
of like once in a month
yeah.
place to come. It's it's casual food. It's something that people can feel familiar with. It's a comfort food. It's comfort environment. Not too formal. We're not a warung either. I mean, nothing wrong with the warungs, but they are like, you know, it's for a different type of meal. But we are a place that's more casual, nice to have. This is what we try to do, actually. I'm not the one who's going to say that. This is what I'm trying to achieve. But since you say it, I'm happy you do say it, because I feel that I've done something right.
So I understood the values
concept.
without talking too much about it. To be fair, I feel
that's
like,
why we clicked from the
yeah.
beginning. We had our values aligned.
Yeah, I think that's very important. And well, first I want to actually congratulate you, because I didn't know that it marks 10 years since you moved to Bali. So technically, theoretically, you quit your job and moved to Bali, going back to an Ouch t-shirt that you know. Maybe I should have offered this one to you today. I think it was a very courageous move, and it was courageous, and sometimes you don't have to think about things too much, as you said, right?
But it wasn't easy. Exactly. I mean, you have to take decisions, and the decisions were very scary, to be honest. Quitting my job, a job that this is how I learned how to live, corporate.
Yeah.
9-5, which was never 9-5, was 9-10, 9-11, 9-12, you know. But that was my job, my business, my life. Every month I was getting my money. I had 1 month holiday a year. For many years I was living like that. And I was off pretty well, actually, right? I couldn't complain. But life is not about it. Life is about adventures, finding yourself, do different things. Some wise person once told me that you need to change your life at least twice, 100%, you know. What you're doing, where you live, what you have. Yeah, not to change your wife. I'm telling you, Christina. No, it's okay. Because I'll be in trouble later.
Hey.
But it was, it was a very good advice. And my motto actually is like, when I read it something and really fits the bill here is that fear will not prevent you from dying, but it will prevent you from living. So you are afraid to change your life, to do things. I mean, at the end of the day, we're all gonna be one day,
Yeah.
At our deathbed, and you say, why haven't I done that?
Yeah.
Because people regret for things they haven't done, rather than for things that they did, right? These are the biggest fears for people, that they're gonna die and they haven't done what they wanted to do. They lived by the wishes of other people. They lived by the judgment of other people. What people will say.
Yeah.
I mean, my mother was telling me, what will people say, right? And
Yeah.
I'm almost 50 years old, and I still didn't find out what they said, actually. So I don't know. No, but it was a big decision. But it wasn't an easy decision. As I said before, that I didn't have any experience in the business. It was pretty rough at the beginning, very rocky.
Give me some examples of how rough it was, because I know your life right now, and for me, that's how I met you. So it doesn't look rough. Well, of course, it's life, but
look, I mean, I started from a luxury life that I used to have as an expat.
yeah,
I moved to Bali, and I moved into a 3x3 bedroom with my wife, nothing else. I bought at the time a Scoopy. I was on the street the whole day looking for things, suppliers, things to make the restaurant. And when we opened the restaurant, it wasn't working, It wasn't that blast we thought we're going to have. No, Greek food, people will move in, and will enjoy the food. It did take time. Not too much time, to be honest, but the problem was not at the beginning. I mean, okay, you adapt, and of course, you don't expect to succeed from day one, right? But as the time was passing, of course, you're getting stressed. You see your financials go down,
Yeah.
spending from your pocket, started getting stressed. However, we've been lucky enough at some point in 2016, when we opened the restaurant, we became, that time was TripAdvisor very much into the picture.
True,
and
'cause that
we
was
became #1 restaurant on TripAdvisor for Bali that time.
Was there any other Greek restaurant at that point on the island?
There were, yes, there were other Greek restaurants.
So it's not like you started in a market that was
No, we were not the
completely-
first ones. Certainly, we're not the first ones. But knowing that there were actually other Greek restaurants and knowing the food, I mean, they're pretty good. That it's nothing wrong with them. But I wanted to make something different, something a little more authentic, something a little more from my own perspective, and give quality to people and something a little more homey.
How did you choose the name? Because Nostimo is not the usual Greek restaurant name. Usually,
Yeah, I wanted to avoid all these zoos and islands and things like that. You know what I mean?
There's
as I said before,
there's no Nostimo Island.
no, exactly, because it's like I wanted something would be, as I said, homey. I didn't want the touristy thing, right? Maybe it's wrong from marketing point of view, because if you name it something very Greek, like Acropolis or whatever, everybody will know it's Greek. But I wanted something, as I said, more homey, and to build it organically. And Nostimo means tasty in Greek. And it's coming, actually, it's very interesting, because it's coming from the ancient word nostos. Nostos means you're missing your home,
Oh, that's beautiful.
So, and nostimo in modern Greek means tasty, but the connection of missing the home, it's like having, like, nostimo means tasty, but feels homey. And I found it that it really fits our concept.
Yeah.
And yeah, maybe marketing-wise, it's not something that people can remember if you're not Greek. But I love them personally, and it represents our, our values.
Yeah, and it's different, and yeah, it's you. As I said, I think it still goes back to the fact that you're willing to take a risk and not. You took a risk with the name, with the business, with how you set up, with the moving, and I think, the more you risk, the more you win as well.
I believe that.
Looking at you now, I think
yes.
it does work out.
We've been,
after
as I said, we've been through rocky times, because it wasn't easy. It was very stressful. I was working from 7 a.m. until 11, 12, 1 o'clock. And my first meal of the day was 2 o'clock in a very, very small room close to the place. I did lose weight at the time. It was very stressful, really. But things started falling in place gradually. Some people helped, some people, they saw our struggles, they saw also our honest attempts to make something good and not an attempt just to make a business and get money. So they offered. I'm grateful for people who offered their help. Like a friend of mine who was a chef, he normally offered his help with a fee, right? And to me, he came and he offered it voluntarily. He said, I'll help you do that. And and that's how you develop. You make good friendships and people you can rely on, and people who didn't even know me very well at that time, because I was new in Bali, right? And I'm feeling, grateful to these people who supported me and still support the business and myself, and we're still friends. It's not, I'm not doing things alone, It's not only about doing things alone. It's about, as you said, creating a community. And I think people, if they see your honest intentions, they're gonna be there. I mean, as I see, I see your honest intentions in outs, and you want to do something different. I can help you in any way you want. I mean, we have already worked with that as well. But the reason I'm doing it is not because, I want something out of it. It's because I see your honest intentions with your brand. I see how you work, how hard you work with your business, how much you want to succeed, what you want. You try to do something different. Although you're in a business that many people are in, like I am. I mean, you are in the clothing business. I'm in the F&B. But I think we both try to do something different, something unique with different work ethic.
Yeah, I think I can totally relate to what you said, that a lot of people supported you in the beginning and without necessarily willing to get something out of it. And I'm also quite grateful to say the same, that I got supported. I never thought it would be possible, or I couldn't even dare to wish for that help. And I'm so grateful to everyone that was involved in this. Sveta helped me with the branding, and a lot of other people that were random strangers helped out massively. And then I knew that maybe I have to do it. Because, when something has to happen, things just fall into place. And I'm not a religious person, a bit spiritual, I would say, but I think it was very, I've seen the signs. I was seeing the signs that I have to go through with this. And if I wanted to make money, I wouldn't have started this business. It's not about making money or...
it's about creating your thing.
It's about creating
right?
this. And I was very much aware. If I wanted to make money, I would have sold software or something else. I wouldn't sell Ouch t-shirts. But I think it was more about bringing this vision to life, and this idea that I went to bed with, I was thinking about it every night before bed for a while. I almost tried to convince someone else that worked in fashion to do it. And they were like, no, why don't you do it? And then I was like, yeah, I'm not a fashion designer. I'm not this, I'm not that. I work in something else. And then they were like, what's the big deal? Just try it out. And then I tried it, and the process was so much fun. And I took it quite seriously. And I'm a perfectionist, maybe sometimes a bit too much, that I don't do anything after all. But I think Ouch just became real because I've learned to let go of that, trust people, and trust the process.
Here I will tell you something, because you said before you're not religious and you're not... However, Bali is a spiritual island. That's why it's called the Island of Gods. And I truly believe that Bali chooses who's going to stay here and chooses who Bali is going to kick out from the island. So I've seen that people actually with good intentions, and they are basically picked from Bali and they helped. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
I know.
It is the island spirit. I mean, I'm a very skeptical guy. I'm not religious. I'm not spiritual, etc. But Bali has something special, and many times I've seen that Bali brings all the good things towards your side. It's like something magic, you know. You're struggling and suddenly something happens and Bali helps you. Bali helps you, and I really mean it, because, you know, something doesn't go well with a decision and you say you want to get something and you don't get it, and then later you realize that you were actually protected, because if you've done that move,
Yeah.
you would be, you know, so even though you're disappointed at the beginning that, you know, yeah, this didn't happen,
Yeah.
I mean, something happens and confirms to you that it happened for a reason, somebody protected you. And I really believe that, you know, Bali does have this kind of, you know, maybe it sounds silly, you know,
No.
and I'm not that kind of guy, to be honest, but it is reaffirming to believe in that. And I feel like a lot of moves I've done, you know, even I had the fire in 2021. We had fire in Nostimo in Seminyak, the whole place was burned down, and we had to rebuild
my
it.
God.
It was during COVID, and, you know, it was very disappointing. It was extremely sad times and very hard times. And then, you know, I was thinking why. And then finally, at the end of the day, it worked to our benefit, you know. And things came back, and, you know, we made the third floor that time. And, you know, people started coming back and increased the capacity of the restaurant. We had a new renovation and things like that. Okay, it costed us money, but it did work to our benefit at the end of the day, even the worst of the situations.
Yeah, I think it's very, when something bad like this happens, I don't think it's hard to think, to be optimistic and to think in a positive way, but the fact that you managed to go through it and that you see the bright side of things after all, and it all happened for a reason. I know it sounds maybe for some of us like, oh, yeah, just such a cliche. But once you've been there and you've learned how to deal with these situations, I think life is not about having just a good life. I think everyone goes through bad things. I think what matters is how you handle these bad situations or less positive happenings in life. And I think that's what we also have in common as well.
Yeah, I agree. And this is the thing that, as going back to how Bali treats you, I think it pushes nice people to meet nice people, and this is, you know,
Yeah.
all nice people to you. As you said, you received a lot of help. I mean, it's not coincidence, you know.
Yeah.
It's meeting good people and meeting people who are willing to help you, rather than people who try to scam you and people who try to get things out of you. Because there are so many people around you. I mean, Bali is a paradise. Bali is a beautiful island, but it's attracting all kinds of people, right? And
Yeah.
you can find nice people, you can find people who, you know, you don't care about, and you can find people who are scammers, people who can try to take advantage of you, people who are crooks, basically. Avoiding those people and, you know, somebody sending your way only the good ones, it's something if you think about it, because in the island that, you know, with millions
Yeah.
expats, imagine, you know, even the locals, you know.
Yeah, there are some rotten apples, I think, in every society, especially
Everywhere.
like Bali, that brings together so many different people from so many different places, and that's why we also seen on the news a lot of,
Things
crazy
happen,
news.
yes, but that's the thing. I'm grateful for every single person I met. You know,
Yeah,
of
even
course
the
I
bad
met
ones.
bad people, but, you know, the red flags, you can see them from far away.
Yeah.
But mostly nice people coming towards our side, people who are willing to help, people who are willing to be part of your journey, of your adventure. They don't have ill intentions. That's very important.
Yeah, I think this might sound a bit cliche for people outside of Bali that have never experienced it. They think, oh, yeah, sure, they're in the Bali bubble, and what are they talking about, spiritual, and it's the island. But it is true. I think it's true that Bali gives you what you need, and it pushes you away, or it pulls you, like it's an
Exactly.
attraction thing.
I'll go back to Nostimo. I mean, hiring people. I always get so nice people to come into the restaurant and, you know, become part of our team. And sometimes I'm surprised, you know, the people I have in my payroll. I like, wow, so nice kids, so nice people. They're there, they're loyal, they're helping, they really care about your business. They never, ever had an incident like somebody trying to steal, somebody trying to make, you know,
Yeah.
Which is, if you think about it, so many business suffer from this lack of control and lack of trust. And I have it easy in terms of like people coming in and, you know, all the good people coming in. I'm feeling grateful for my team, every single one of them, because they are actually the ones who are running the business, not me. I'm, you know, the arrogant boss, let's say.
No, you're not.
But
You're just
and
arrogant.
completely ignorant from the business because the other people are running the business for me, right? So no, I'm actually more into helicopter management right now
Yeah,
after so
yeah.
many years.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very jealous of your lifestyle because, I mean, jealous now. I mean, in a very positive way.
Admit it, you're jealous.
Yes, I look up to you because you have such like maybe you can tell me the difference between your lifestyle back home, or not back home because this is home, but your lifestyle before Bali and your lifestyle after Bali, let's say nowadays.
Oh, day and night, right? I mean, before I was, as I said, I was working. I was going 9 to 5, 10, 11, 12 actually for my job. I was traveling a lot. Imagine a couple of months before I quit my job, my wife complained and said, you know, she said from the 30 days of the month, basically 25 days, I was traveling. That time I was responsible for Southeast Asia operations, after sales service. So I was traveling, I was with my bag. My bag was always ready to grab it and go to the airport. And from a whole month, she only saw me 5 days. And she said, you know, it can't be like that. And how, if when we have kids, how are they going to grow up? Their father won't never be there. And today, after, of course, so many years and after a lot of struggles and a lot of, you know, how can I say, you know, the struggles. Basically, we have to bring it to the place we are, because right now we have 3 branches, right? And we
Where,
from,
like Canggu? No,
we have in Canggu, we have in Seminyak, and we have in Ubud. So it is, and many people will say maybe difficult to manage 3 restaurants. I say it's easier than managing one. Because,
how come?
because you already set the team up. The team is there. I have my managers, I have my team. They're running, so basically they're running everything for me. They're all trusted, and they can only report to me, and we can take more strategic decisions rather than actually be micromanage the restaurants. This, of course, takes things like, it takes a lot of empowerment of your employees, trust from your side, and it, you know, when you tell to the people, you know, look, you are responsible for this branch. Do whatever you think. I trust you. Then people take the responsibility. People feel like, you know, being part of the actual progress and process, and they can take care of the business. So now my teams take care of the business. Everybody, super loyal, super trusted, super trustworthy, you know, and I have a much better lifestyle. Now I will wake up, I'll drop my kids to school, I'll go for my coffee, I'll go to my gym, come back home to rest from my hard life. You know, I may do things here and there for the business. You know, my wife, of course, because she's the main owner of the business, has a lot of back office work to do. But then, you know, that's it. I will cook at home. My kids will come home. We'll have family lunches, family breakfasts, family dinners. And then in the night, I'll go to my restaurants for a couple of hours, obviously, to see what is happening. I need to be part of it. I don't need to go. It's not necessary. They're running. But it's always good to be there. Yeah. Always good to check what is happening. Always good to check the food, if it's all right, up to the... Because I am the Greek one. I mean, no matter how many years they're cooking, they didn't grow up with this flavor. So I need to be able to say this needs more lemon, this needs more salt, this... But no, they're very good. But, you know, details, I have to be there and assist. Yeah. But I enjoy being there because it's my life now. I enjoy to go 2, 3 hours, 4 hours in the night and meet people. I mean, that's how I met you at the end of the day. Sit down and talk with people. It's more like PR. It's like more like my business now. It is more like about me being there. Yeah. And being a Greek restaurant, the Greek being there always matters. Yeah, you know? True. The same with my wife. She has to go there, do her business there usually. We have completely different responsibilities, so we don't fight. We already set them apart, you know, otherwise we would kill each other. And actually that's a, you know, I'm gonna say this because it's very important for everyone who starts a business. starting a business with your partner can be really tough and can really risk your relationship actually. And therefore I suggest before you even start, separate your roles. At the beginning we haven't done that and it was really tough actually, you know. And it's not about not agreeing, but you know, the tensions that they create a new business, the problems that you have to solve, the things that they arise that you need to fix. Of course, we're not, you know, we may be partners, but that doesn't mean we are 100% aligned in everything. And finally, you need to separate the roles, you know, with your partner and the spouse or girlfriend or whatever, and just put completely different things. I will be responsible for that. You don't get involved, but you can always give suggestions, etc. But I will be responsible for the decisions of what we're doing over there, and you're gonna be responsible for the other part. I'm not gonna get involved. So. And that actually helped us a lot to grow and, you know, grow the business together.
I think that's something that I appreciate a lot because it's not just you, it's more like a family involvement. And
actually, this is exactly, it's like we grew up together with my wife.
You build it together.
We built it together. And that's a very important thing in relationships as well. Because many, I see, you know, nowadays you see a lot of young ladies are looking, I want to find some rich man and, you know, and no, I'm just saying that out of experience. And, you know, my wife could confirm this, that don't look for the rich guys, look for a guy you can build together, who has the potential to build. I mean, the wealth is, you know, because when you go with women or even men nowadays, you know, they're looking for the easy money. When you go and find somebody, you know, for the money, you can always... You will always depend on his money. While when you're building something, this is where the fulfillment comes from. I didn't do 3 branches for the money.
Yeah.
It's not about the money. It's not about making profits. It's not about, actually it's more trouble and more problems in my mind rather than actually making profits. However, it's the fulfillment of doing something, you know, creating.
Yeah.
Keeps you motivated, keeps you excited about life. And building something with your partner, you're always having discussions, you're always planning, you're always having an interest. And okay, nowadays we have our kids we're taking care of. Of course, it's a different thing, but professionally, you need to grow.
And from what you were telling me, I feel like now I've realized that you're not a managing or an owner. You're actually a great leader. I think from what you were telling me and the values that you've had and your work ethic.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell this about myself. Like, I don't know.
I mean, I never thought about it this way, but the way that you deal with things and how well you manage to work as a family, I think that makes you a great leader in my eyes, because it's not just about managing a restaurant or managing a team. I think people really like you there. Like they really... because I see how they act with you, right? And if they wouldn't like you, they wouldn't be like that.
Oh yes, we are comfortable.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is about leadership. I want to believe it is leadership. This is, you know, as I said before, when we came to Bali, we didn't want just to make a business to make money. We want to make the difference. We want to make an ethical business. I want to make people feel comfortable. I would like to make the environment of the people, the environment I would like to work in.
Yeah.
You know, the boss that I would love to have. I'm not always spot on, I'm not perfect, as I said before, but these are our values, and I try to be as close to them as possible.
Yeah, I totally get this. Like when I started the t-shirts as well, and Ouch, basically, I didn't think about how can I make them as cheap as possible so I can get this and this much profit. I really wanted the best quality, the best tailors, the best everything that I could do the best, and I've studied it and I've learned it because it was a completely new area for me that I never thought I would be in. So I didn't think about the profits. Of course, I'm not a hypocrite. It would be nice to
of course, this is what we're doing
living,
business for.
Yeah, and I called it in the beginning. I didn't even want to call it a business. I said no, it's a passion project. It's this, it's that, but I think after all it turned into a business because I took it very seriously, and it's more about being passionate, right? As you said, if you wouldn't be passionate about Nostimo, I think this would be very easily seen in outside as well, but I think you're very passionate
business
about what you do.
Business is open and close all the time. Right? What is the difference? What makes a business stay afloat. What makes a business being open? I mean, we went through COVID too. I believe it is the people who keep the business.
Yeah.
The people will follow your passion. Your people will follow your leadership. The people will follow. But it's the people, the core of the business. It's not numbers. It's not, oh, we're not doing well this month, cut the people, or we're not doing well, cut the quality. You need to stay loyal to your values, no matter what happens. You know, it's because again, it's not about me only. It's about the society we decided to create.
I'm curious now. I'm asking this maybe from the point of view of people that want to set up a business nowadays in Bali, more in the HoReCa world. Is it worth it? Is it worth starting a business nowadays in Bali in the restaurants? Because we already know Indonesia has the highest number of coffee shops, cafes in the world per capita. But do you think Bali is overloaded with places, or do you think there's still opportunity?
That's a difficult question. And the honest answer is I don't know. The thing is that you can make a business, but when you decide to make a business, make something that will make a difference, something unique. People come and open another coffee. Okay, what's the concept of your coffee? It's another coffee. Okay, right now the market is super saturated. Are there opportunities? Of course there are. All markets have opportunities. However, I see more people losing money than making money. I see more businesses close rather than surviving. And only in the street I am in Seminyak, I was counting for the last 10 years how many businesses opened and closed. I mean, I estimate about 35 businesses closed. I mean, HoReCa, yeah?
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about any other thing. I'm talking about HoReCa. So it's a tough environment, but if you do have the passion, the vision, you know what you're doing, and you involve yourself, because a lot of people come here, they open a business, they put someone to manage, and they think, it's all right, it's going to run by itself. It doesn't work like that. Nostimo would never work like that. You know, it wouldn't. It's as simple as that. It took a lot of personal time, personal struggles, as I said, a lot of stress at the beginning, to set it up, to make it right. And I'm still learning, you know, after 10 years. I'm still learning. I feel that I don't know the business yet, you know, and every day we still make changes, we still try to improve. It's a continuous improvement process. And so people who decide to do a business in Bali, for me, they have to be serious about what they're doing and passionate. It's not just, okay, open a business to make money, because apart from the competition that's a lot of people put big funds put money here, you know, so it's very hard to compete against big budgets for marketing and, you know, big groups. Yeah. It's tough, you know, to be in independent business. It's tough for us too, and we're here for 10 years. We still have a kind of reputation, and a lot of people know us, and still very hard for us because new establishments open and they put a lot of money into marketing. So you want to open, go ahead. I would never say no to people because, you know, it's your dream, do it. It's your passion, do it. I always say, but find something unique to do, because Bali has everything right now. It's covering everything. Feels. So I was lucky enough that our concept is unique by itself. You know, I mean, it's Greek food, so you do have a branding. We're Greek. Yeah. We do have a very specific market, and let's say I'm lucky. Now, if you're coming from a different background, you need to see what is going to work for you.
Yeah, I think that's how a lot of people that live here, that have been living here for a while, that's how they feel from what I've talked to them as well. But since you've been, today, you're 10 years in Bali, how did Bali change in all these years, right?
Bali is evolving. You know, many people complain, and I'll put it this way. Bali changed from 10 years to today. I mean, 10 years difference is huge, and completely changed the place. It changed the areas that developed. I mean, Canggu 10 years ago was nothing. Today it's the most vibrant place of Bali. And Kuta used to be the center. Today it's not the hot place to be. But things change very rapidly. And however, number one, as Darwin says, it's not the strong who survives, right? It's the people, the person, or the the living organism that adapts the best to the new conditions. And we need to face it that we will not stop development. Development happens everywhere. And don't forget, Indonesia is a developing country, right? And they're going to develop.
Yeah.
Don't expect that you're going to stay here and you're going to see the same thing forever. And it's developing. So what you have to do is to adapt. That's it. And at the end of the day, Clarissa, you know, Bali, it's still Bali. You know, everybody's talking about overdevelopment, the island is destroyed and they don't want to come back. Guys, we're talking about the very tiny part of south of Bali where a huge population goes. Bali is huge, you know, it has the north, has Amet, has the Singaraja, has so many places to go that they were like the Bali 15, 20 years ago that people were looking. But no, people don't go there because suddenly some people, they want everything. They want the rice fields, they want the peace, they want the culture, but at the same time they want the nightclubs, the restaurants, the lifestyle.
The matcha.
The matcha. It can't be like that. You have to choose either.
Yeah.
Bali was like that 10, 15 years ago, and people who were coming here, I can say they were braver before me, you know, because when I came, you know, things were already set. I mean, hospitals were there, supermarkets were there. People who were here 20, 25 years ago, and they made Bali their home. They were much braver from what we are today, because that time the development of Bali was very low. There were no supermarkets, there were no streets, there were no villas to stay or accommodation, nice proper villas as today everybody goes and finds the Tulum or the Mediterranean style villas. There were not things like that. There were no hospitals.
Talking about hospitals, I was surprised to see the service that we got, or how do you call it, the treatment that we got at the hospital in Bali. I've never had this situation before, but recently we've been there, and I was surprised with how professional they were at the Bali International Hospital. It felt like, a different standard. I haven't seen any others, but I was completely positively surprised.
As long as you have an insurance, you'll be fine. The level of treatment is exceptional in most hospitals. In my opinion, I've been here 10 years, plus I was in Jakarta before. You find very good hospitals, very good infrastructure, you know, equipment. The nurses are very willing to help you. The doctors are very willing to help you.
200%.
In some cases, and especially in very special, you know, things, and you know, when you want specialties, they may lack a bit.
Yeah, but we're still learning.
But for main treatments and, you know, the everyday issues that you may have, I mean, I wouldn't suggest to go and have a heart surgery here, open heart surgery here. But for everything else, I've done operations myself, and I'm 100% happy, you know. So the treatment, the rooms, the doctors, everything. And if you know where to go, you can also have much better costs than actually, you know. Of course, we're not here now to advertise hospitals or to blame other ones. We don't have lawsuits. We don't want lawsuits here. No, but literally, if you make your research, there are also very good local hospitals, you know. Like, for example, Sangla, that it's a local hospital. And people say, okay, it's not a private hospital. You're not going to pay a fortune. You may have to queue, but if you have a serious issue, people say better go to this hospital because the doctors do have the experience, because they have a lot of incidents coming in. It's not like a private hospital that they do have an incident once in a month. They do have continuously, everybody, all the Balinese go there, right? So if you do need some serious treatment, that's what I recommend to go to Sangla. If you want something else, you can go to all the hospitals. Just prepare if you're not insured that you may have to, you know, empty your pockets completely. If you are insured, why not? And that's another thing. People, I don't understand people who come to Bali and they're not insured. This is another thing. I mean, you're saving $10, $15 a month, and you're risking thousands in hospital bills because something might happen. We're humans, you know. Could be an accident on the street, could be you can fall in your bathroom.
Yeah.
It's 1 million things can happen to you. You
True.
can be bitten by a dog or scratched by a cat or bitten
Or
by a monkey, you know,
yeah, or
or a jellyfish.
or jellyfish. Yeah, so for real ouch moments, the really physical ouch moments, I think Bali is very safe, and the medical care in Bali is quite
Oh yes, yes.
pristine, I would say, because a lot of people, they don't know, they think, oh, it's, yeah,
Oh yes, I mean
it's
people,
not at the standard that they expect, but I think it's it's over the standards I've seen in yeah, Western Europe.
Yes, I mean you do get very good standards. People,
Yeah.
Bali is safe. I mean people don't know. They think it's Indonesia is a developing country. Indonesia in general is very much developed now.
Yeah.
Okay, don't forget that. Okay, there are 270 million people, but if 1% of them are millionaires, we're talking about immediately almost a population of 27 million.
Yeah.
Or 2.7 million.
Yeah.
My maths.
And I was like, yeah.
Yeah. You agree
I was
with my
like,
maths.
I agree with everything.
Yes.
Yeah, I know he's very good
So
at
yeah,
math.
so 2.7 million, which is not 1%, but I'm saying it's 10%.
Yeah.
2.7 million people. I mean, a whole country in other cases.
Yeah.
Millionaires. And these people have certain services for them, right? Which could be health services, anything, bank services, whatever. So yes, everything is safe. Bali is safe, Indonesia is safe. It's a beautiful place as long, I mean, people come here with an attitude like, oh, it's a third world country and everything is wrong for them, not the traffic, the garbage. Yeah, it's not a perfect place. I'm saying there is no perfect place on earth, but then you weigh them and say, okay, they do have their problems, but where do I want to live? In a place that it has perfect laws and very clean and my life is at this standard, or I want a place that actually, you know, okay, it might be sometimes dirty, it might be flooding, you know,
Yeah.
it might be anything else, but it provides me a quality of life that I wouldn't get somewhere else.
Yeah.
So yeah, you put it there. If you don't like it, it's fine. I mean, there's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with that, but there is no point staying in Bali
Yeah.
and complaining about Bali, staying in Bali and blaming everything and the Balinese do that and this and that. There's no point about that. Yeah, they're not perfect. But everything is a
nobody is.
mindset. But
Yeah.
nowhere is perfect. It's all about a mindset.
Yeah.
You need to put your mind
You learn how to deal with it. And
exactly.
if
And
it
it's the
works
same
for
thing
you,
with work. I mean, what do you think? Nostimo is perfect everything? Of course we have problems and things, but it's a mindset. And you can just give up and say, okay, it's like, okay, I'm gonna leave all the problem. No, it's like this, and they ask me this, and the Balinese are like that, and the bureaucracy, and the people are like this, and or you can just accept it and say, okay, yes, I will work on them, but because I have other benefits out of it.
Yeah.
And that's my lifestyle, it's my life, it's the people, how the people are, they treat you. Yes,
Yeah.
they can be frustrating sometimes, but they're so nice people.
Yes, and I think you can see that they smile with their eyes and they're so kind. And
Exactly.
You learn how to be patient and how to appreciate the small things.
Exactly, and at the same time, you know, it's your obligation to work with them.
Yeah,
It's your obligation to educate
and
people
to
if you
learn
want
together, basically.
to learn
yeah.
together. I learn from them, Clarissa. I
Yeah.
learn. I was a very much Greek guy, temperamental, you know, just shouting and being like, oh. But that's not the way here. I learned here to be calm. I learned to be patient. I learned sabar.
Yeah.
Sabar. You have to be sabar. You have to be patient here, because
Besok.
besok. That's why you never take answers besok. Yeah, besok. When besok?
In the
Tomorrow when?
future.
Because besok could be in 1 month from now. So be very specific. But you're learning. And you can't blame them, you know. This is their culture. You are here. You adapt to their culture. You adapt to the environment, no matter what it is. Okay? You can say anything you want about them, but certainly they're very nice people and they're willing to help you.
Yes, that's true. And
Just work with them, you know.
anger is not an emotion that they feel.
No,
there's
no, they do feel anger, but
no,
the thing
they
is
show
that
it differently.
they show it differently. The problem is that, you know, if you show respect, they will show you respect.
Yeah.
And I see that on a daily basis at Nostimo. You show respect to your suppliers, they show you respect. They show you support. They show respect to your staff, they show respect back.
Was it difficult to find suppliers in the beginning, or is it still a challenge for you now?
Yeah, it is. The beginning was very hard because we had to make the food the way I wanted to make it, and I needed to find specific ingredients and supplies. So actually, we worked very hard at the beginning. It was very difficult, but since we found what we wanted, and that it was not in one time. It took time to complete the puzzle of the ingredients and to make it as authentic as possible. It took time, but now we are settled. It's much more easier. But still, we have a lot of problems with supplies. Imports, everything in the customs are stuck. Now we don't have lamb. People come to Nostimo, you don't have lamb. What kind of Greek restaurant you are? We're a Greek restaurant in Bali. That,
Yeah, there are some limitations, right?
There are a lot of limitations. People may not understand, but there's still struggles.
And since we're slowly coming to an end, and I think it's been great talking to you, and I've actually learned even more new things about you and your business. I'm curious to know, because you got the T-shirt with, I hope next time you're stressed, it's because you're choosing Ibiza, between Ibiza, Mykonos, and Bali. I would ask you, which one would you choose?
Bali all the way. Bali, it's a conscious decision. I moved to Bali, and I say Bali all the way. That's my home now. That's my home. I feel it my home. People made me feel like home. This is where my businesses are. This is where my home is, where my kids grow up, were born and grow up.
Yeah.
And that's where I grew up professionally, let's say. That's where I developed myself. I became a better person. I want to hope. Ask my wife, I don't know. She will tell you.
It was more a rhetorical question because I knew you would say Bali. I think it's a good stress to have to choose between Ibiza, Mykonos, and Bali. I think Bali is also the answer to Asia's answer to Mykonos and Ibiza, because I feel like the night scene as well. I know you're not really active after midnight, yes, but I think it's a very good competitor, let's say. Yeah, it's on the same line in terms of nightlife and
absolutely.
It has a lot to offer, and a lot of DJs are playing in Bali. And that was, I actually have been in this situation choosing between Ibiza, Mykonos, and Bali. That's why we created this T-shirt. Well, when I say we, it's me. Like it's me doing everything. And I feel like that was a very good, it was a very good issue to have, but also quite stressful. So I hope that the next time you're stressed, it's because you're choosing between Ibiza, Mykonos, and Bali. And I hope this would be your biggest stress as well.
I hope that will be the only stress.
You made your choice. I really want to thank you for today. It's been a lovely pleasure talking to you.
I want to thank you for inviting me. I want to thank you for believing that we're going to create a very nice podcast together. And I am very happy because we have the chemistry and we know each other. We feel comfortable with each other. And I think we discussed a few things that I hope it is helpful for people.
Yeah.
That they see it and maybe to make up their mind or understand some things that they are not aware of. It's a little information. It's very personal, but okay, maybe people learn something.
Yeah, I hope. I mean, we still would have a lot of things to discuss, I think. There are a lot of topics untouched, and I feel like we could continue talking for hours.
But I think we have to wrap it up, and then, maybe we can make an appointment for another time and discuss further.
I really enjoyed it.
I did enjoy it, actually. It was very fun.
I forgot about the cameras a bit.
I forgot it completely because I'm talking to you, actually. I'm not talking in the camera.
Feels too familiar. And thank you so much. And I hope you wear your T-shirt.
I will. Thank you so much for it.
You better wear it.
Oh, I will be wearing it. I'll be promoting.
Don't go shirtless like everyone in Bali. Wear ouch.
That's a good point, actually.
Yeah.
Wear ouch and eat Nostimo, right?
Yes. We need to make one.
With stains from tzatziki. Wear the white one so you don't have to hide the tzatziki.
The black one, so you don't have. Oh, white.
The white for the tzatziki.
Yes. I'm colorblind. No, thank you so much, and
Thank you.
I'll see you at Nostimo probably on Friday night music. So
I'm sure you will be there earlier than I will.
And yeah, thank you so much for watching our little ouch story from today with Alex from Nostimo. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did, and I hope you've learned something from it. If you have any comments or hate, please comment, because I'm ready to comment back if you dare. Bye. Oh my God, you've been great, Alex!